Have the strangest feeling to know what to believe in.
I love that beat. I'm Jim Check with KelownaNow. I'm here with the Mortgage Masters. I have Lennie Rampone and Aaron Marsh.
Yeah, nice to see you
Today we're
again.
going to talk about reverse mortgages, right?
Yes.
So the whole purpose of this show is to teach people about some options and learn more about mortgages, right?
That's right. And right now, reverse mortgage or senior lending options is a popular topic in the country with keeps up with affordability, which is what we discussed the last episode.
Yeah. And then also it allows you to take cash out of your home tax free and use it for.
Yeah, I mean, there's two options when you're 55 or older. You can get a normal mortgage that people understand, or you can get a reverse mortgage, and that's exactly it. It's tax-free money, no payments, and it's a great option for seniors.
So if you want to travel the world, help your kids out.
Yeah, we've done a bunch. Like, there's many different circumstances. You know, most Canadians, I think it's 93% of Canadians they're 55 and older, don't want to move and downsize.
Right.
We're living
longer, want to stay in our home longer. Yes.
So the we all have family members that are in that situation. So how do you access the capital in your place and put it to work, whether it's helping family or growing more investments? There's lots of options.
So it's kind of like you're kind of asset rich, a lot of these people, but cash poor kind of thing, right? They're sitting on a large asset, but they maybe don't have, like with CPP and OAS and all those other things, maybe don't have a lot of cash to fund some of the things they may outside the norm, right? Like vacations or investments.
Exactly. And, and there's been a negative stigma to reverse mortgages in the past. And a lot of that stems from reverse mortgages in the US, where there's not as much regulation, and, they might go to higher values on the home than what is typically needed. In Kelowna, in Canada, there's several reverse mortgage providers now. There used to be only one. So as we know, competition is a good thing. There's now 4 in Canada. Yeah. And so, Canadians, seniors have options on these reverse mortgages.
Yeah, let's just walk through it, because if somebody has, like, say, $1.5 million or $2 million home that's paid off and they don't have a mortgage, let's say they're in that position. So they have a large asset sitting there that they could kind of tap, right?
Totally, and create some tax advantage strategies, or if life throws you a curveball. I mean, we've had instances where divorce happens, and your option is to cash in investments. You get taxed on, right? And then you get taxed on the income that you have to claim. And so this is a great option. Reverse mortgage was done, and the people got divorced, and
one person got the cash, one person stays in the house.
That's exactly it.
There you go. I mean, that seems like
it was
amicable way to kind of like resolve that.
It was perfect, to be honest, because when you're older on a pension, you don't have the ability. The qualifying for normal mortgages with the stress test, it's very difficult to qualify for a normal mortgage. So reverse mortgage becomes such a fantastic option.
And you don't have to sell the home, which costs you money to sell the home as well. And one person obviously gets to stay in, and one person gets cash.
Yes.
That's right. And then, we have other stories too. Like we've had a number of people that, they want to buy vacation homes for their families.
Right.
And for Mexico, for instance, we had one family that, they had a specific property in mind in Mexico. We did a reverse mortgage on their Kelowna home, and then they bought the Mexico property.
Right, so they use
cash.
that money to invest in an additional property, right?
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
So, and they don't have monthly payments on it. So being fixed income, CPP, OAS, like you said, they don't have monthly change in their financial situation.
Yeah, I mean, I see that lots even in some businesses, right? But I mean, like, you're sitting there with a large asset that not working for you. So how do you get that cash so that you can put it to work in different ways, right? So that's the investment or different things, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, when we originally came in here, Jim, we were talking about how all the billionaires, how they use debt to their advantage.
Yeah. They borrow money off their stock.
That's exactly
they don't pay tax.
Elon Musk.
They say they don't pay tax. Yeah, well, because they just borrow money, right? They pay a carry cost, right? They pay a carry cost on that mortgage. I mean, on that interest on the money they borrow. It's no different than a BlackRock or a Vanguard buying or getting bonds and stuff like that too. They pay the carry costs. They never pay the principal, right? So
Exactly. It's an excellent financial tool for seniors.
great leverage.
Great leverage,
Yeah.
and again, it allows them to stay in their home longer. If inflation's been tough on seniors,
It's been tough on
especially
everybody, yeah, for sure, yeah.
if they have a set income,
Yeah.
pension income,
Yeah.
this is a great way of supplementing.
So do
that
they
income.
qualify the same normal ways? Like once you decide I'm going to do this, then is it just like the same qualification procedures, or is it a lot? Because the asset's there, though, right?
It's not based on income; it's based on asset. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whereas a normal mortgage is based on income and the ability to pay back. This is based on asset.
It's based on your three things: your age, the asset, and the location. So
Nice.
those
We
are
live
the
in a
three.
great location.
Yes, yes. And like I said, they're very popular right now. They're a great financial tool.
And is this you're saying mostly for seniors, or is it anybody can kind of do it though, right? I guess
You have to be 55 or older.
we have to be 55 or
Yeah,
older.
that's the
Okay.
minimum requirement.
So I'm in.
Yeah,
I was gonna guess 54, Jim.
Oh wow, you're shy by a year now. You're generous. There you go. You guys had a bunch of charts and stuff too, or when did you want to throw those up there?
we can go through a few quick charts. Like this one shows how, Canadians they haven't saved a ton for retirement, but they've got their equity rich in their
That's
home.
that asset, right? Yeah.
Yes, you have values that have increased tremendously, especially in the last 6 years. So use that to your advantage. Like you're sitting in the solution to supplement your retirement income, right? So, anything to add to that?
Well, I mean, these are the biggest reasons for considering a reverse mortgage, like we talked about. I mean, the ones that we have seen on there we've all done that. We've had people that need to stay in their home for obvious reasons. They want to buy a vacation property. We had grandparents gift some money to the grandkids.
I'd say that's the big one because I think most young people don't believe they can get a mortgage, right? I mean, because they can't afford the down payment, right?
That's right.
And then I think it's basically people are tapping either their parents or grandparents for that down payment, right? And they just write it as a gift, right? And then, and then that qualifies them for the.
That's exactly, and we're seeing this more than ever.
Can someone take out, like, say if they had, like, just use round numbers, say they had $1 million home and they took out $500,000. What if they took out 100 and can they increase it to 200, or can they do that, or is it just like a one shot at the well? Yeah,
that's a great question. So you essentially you can get qualified for, let's say you want that, you get qualified for 500,000 in your example there, but you only want 100,000.
Right now,
It's almost like a line of credit where you can request funds after.
Oh, okay.
So
so you're only paying the interest, or it's only accumulating on
the
like
amount,
almost like a line of credit.
Exactly, on the amount you use. So yeah, I think the minimum allotment is 5,000 per withdrawal. But yeah, you can have a preset amount when you set up the mortgage.
It's interesting. That's good.
Yeah.
It's great. Like if a grandparent had 3 grandchild, they want to give 100,000
as they start
each.
aging.
Exactly. They can they can get set up for 300, get 100,000 today, 100,000 in a year, 100,000 another year.
What a great way to give something. And I've said this many times. And I've said this to quite a few of my friends. Like lots of people don't want to give anything till their children or grandchildren until they die, and then they can't enjoy it with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's the reading of the will, and there's Grandpa, he didn't give me whatever. But like this way, you can enjoy it with your children. You got them into that home. You can enjoy that home with them. We went on that family vacation. Not that I'm pushing this, but it's just in everything. Like I think I've tried that myself. Be more generous with your children while you're alive and with them than later when you're gone. Obviously, you won't be able to enjoy some of the
absolutely
you bring to them.
And the bank is never going to take your house. Like that's the big thing. Seniors are always worried that they're going to take their house. No, you are in control of the mortgage. When you decide to sell, that's essentially.
So the bank just they lend a certain amount, and they know that over the time, like the period you have left, that they're going to get settled.
That's right.
At that date, right? So that interest is just accumulating.
They're never going to get to a position where they lend more than the house is worth.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah, so I like, just think of it though, like if you're, again, like lots of seniors are barely getting by right now with inflation and that, and then all of a sudden you can kind of like help,
Yeah, and I think that's the most rewarding part of our job is how we see how we can help people. Like it really does when they're in a tight spot and we show them that, you have these options available to you. Yeah. It really does alleviate a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And there's such a lack of knowledge on the reverse mortgage too. So it's important to, ask questions and get the proper answers.
Knowledge is power for sure, right? The more you learn, it doesn't cost anything to talk to you guys, right?
That's right.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? Come chat and say, these are the things we can do. And it's through major financial institutions is the setup, I imagine,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
You're not doing it yourself.
No, we're heavily regulated here in Canada. So
it's not Uncle Louis lending you the money.
No.
So, I mean, you're trusting the institutions that are, Canada is kind of like fortunate in a way that we have, like major lenders and we have a few, whereas in the States, there's many banks, right? That are, like some of them are having some trouble right now, but
like Aaron said previous, there was only one before. Now there's numerous reverse
lenders,
mortgage. And Schedule 1 banks like that are doing it. So
that's awesome. Any other charts you want to show today or?
I don't know what else we got there.
It just really it's just showing it's harder and harder to get to retirement. And again, people are sitting on a strategy that can help with your retirement. If you own your home and have a small mortgage on it or no mortgage, there's an option there to stay in the home.
The biggest advantage that I'll drive home as an accountant is like it's tax free.
It is tax free. Absolutely.
You're taking that money out tax free. Like if you whatever collapse your investments, that's taxable, right? So unless it's a TFSA, like you had a TFSA and you're lucky, but other than that, like if you're collapsing whatever investment, typically if you're pulling out of your RSPs or you're cashing in investments or whatever, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You're gonna pay tax and and if you're taking large sum of money like $500,000, you're gonna pay 50 cents on the dollar, really, right, on those.
Totally.
So it is a great way to access some capital for sure, right?
Yeah, we've got on our website. We'll put it in the comment section, but we've got a lot of resources available on our website dedicated to reverse mortgages. So
is this relatively new, kind of in the Canadian landscape, or is this kind of like just getting out there more?
It's more. It's not new. There's been one company doing it for years and years,
right.
But now like we said, there's competitors now, and it's becoming more and more commonplace because of the amount of equity available in people's homes.
Yeah, because of the price jumped on homes and stuff like that.
Totally, and as the population ages, combined with that, it makes the perfect product for a lot of seniors.
Right. Awesome. You just have to watch out for those grandkids bringing in grandpa, and he's not,
This is true.
Making sure everybody's coherent when they're doing the deal, right? We're laughing about a joke that we did prior to this, but that sounds, it's something that worth exploring, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't hurt to ask questions for sure, right?
Like you said, it doesn't cost anything to give us a call to talk about your situation and to see if it can be something that benefits you.
Yeah, we'll put the article up on KelownaNow. We'll even put a little form there you can fill out if you want, somebody to reach out to you and talk about this. Right?
That's right. Yeah, we're always happy to have a discussion, and we're pretty well versed in the options. And
so this is an ongoing series on KelownaNow. We do an episode every couple of weeks. So this episode happened to be on reverse mortgages, and then next week, do we have a topic yet, or?
No,
actually, don't know if we got there. Yeah,
no topic yet, but we'll come with something good.
Maybe we'll get an interest rate cut by then.
That hopefully we're hoping that.
I think everybody in Canada is hoping for that, right?
Yeah, very true. We talk about it every day.
Yeah, I think we're heading in the right direction anyway. So
yeah, we are. Worst should be behind us soon.
Yeah, and I thank you for watching KelownaNow.
Have the strangest feeling.